The debate between creationists and evolutionists has raged since Charles Darwin first proposed his theory of evolution in the 1800s. While the debate should be irrational, emotions are often inflamed and matters become personal. Scientists are called cold-hearted atheists, and creationists are usually labeled as simple fools, unable to understand the evidence before their very eyes. Instead of debating as scholars and equals, evolutionists and scientists become emotional, and the search for answers becomes bogged down in emotion. Proponents of either side often forget that the two views can be tied together more often than not. In fact, I, and many others, believe that science actually tends to prove creationism correct, rather than disprove it. There are countless creation myths, holes in the commonly accepted Big Bang Theory, astronomical odds against evolution, and a distinct lack of proof that all points toward creationism being the true story of how we came to be here today. The independent creation of so many creation myths suggests that there are maybe a core of truth being tapped among all of these. Each religion has a creation myth. Now, to call the story a myth does not mean it's disrespecting the story. It's merely a label for academic discussion. The common thread has only been discovered recently and very briefly talked about. The independent creation of dozens of these myths, they all refer back to a common being, a godlike form of some sort creating something. In China, it is the yin and yang. In American and Christianity, it is God. Now, there are many, many different stories, but the fact that they all become independent of each other and have been developed independent of any social interaction, that does suggest that there may be some common truth here. In fact, the Big Bang Theory itself, which scientists try to point out as being cold and objective, requires a creator. The Big Bang Theory actually suggests that at some point everything sprang from nothing, or at the very least, a single bit of antimatter spontaneously combusted into matter and started everything. Well, the first law of thermodynamics, the scientific rule itself, says that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So therefore, it had to pre-exist. Something had to create it. Something had to cause it to combust into the universe we know today. The very theory that they say proves that we are here from evolution begins with the creator. The odds of evolving in this manner are literally astronomical. Now, it is a common understanding of how we are here. We all know how human reproduction works. Just for you to be here in the form you are, to be the person you are, is a 1 in 400 trillion chance. Your parents could have 400 trillion children, and you would be the only one that looked like you, act like you, or you today. In fact, you have a better odds of going down to the gas station a mile from this house and buying a winning lottery ticket. Those odds are like 1 in 276 million. If you want to compute this all the way out to the evolution of life and say the Big Bang Theory is true and we evolved, those odds are 1 in 10 to the 2,685,000.